The blue field is glowing, that's a good sign. I'm going to tap on it gently now. And because this isn't just any well-meaning YouTuber who has his own channel, as he emphasizes, maybe he'll tell me later, then I can feature it. He actually brought me one here. You could say he has flattered me with a Weihrauch 45. There's 45. It says 45 here. Look at that, it says 45 on it. You need to look at the side. I need to look at the side. The air pistol was like 75. The man is right. You can just tell, you know. I could have easily relied on what's written on the front. But what do I know about it? Are they really using the same box now? Oh, it's written here too. The three models that are listed here, HW40, HW45, and HW45 Silver Star. Yes, and inside. According to the sticker, which isn't mentioned at all on the front. I don't have to understand everything, it's Weihrauch. With Weihrauch, everything is always good. Look, it actually says HW75 on it. A proof. Not that I'm telling you any nonsense here. At least we already have a curiosity with entertainment value. If I seem a bit weird, it's because I keep glancing over the monitor at the critically staring owner, who's probably wondering, what's that softy doing up there? So, yeah. W75. There. And I can tell you, I had quite a few expectations. And when I opened the package, I realized, wow, this thing is heavy. Who would have thought it's made of metal? Completely made of metal. Oh, damn. Hello. I always have to say hello around the corner because otherwise you can't see me at all. So it's all metal. So you actually get something for what you pay. And a wooden handle. What else did you say? Was that thing expensive? Around 300? Around 300? Around 300? How cool. Yeah, that cost a few euros. Well, good that you paid for it and not me. Yeah, what is that? I was just about to say, that's an HW40 clone. No, it's not, but it belongs to the group. The pre-pump lefties. As always, I start by reading you the good piece. It says HW on it. So either that or we had another glitch. Best regards to GoPro. 8. Hello? Shibra. It says it on there. Caliber 177, which means 4.5 meter. Just to be safe. Both symbols are on it Diabolo. Pointed head. Diabolos. There's nothing written underneath, but I can already see a hole that I really like, which is the trigger guard. Warning, warning, read the owner's manual. Everything's dangerous. Warning, warning, read owner's manual. Everything's dangerous. We're all going to die. And the F sign behind it, but not... We're not going to die because of the F sign, but because this is incredibly dangerous. And of course, a laser-etched serial number. The rest seems to be printed. I'm guessing it's pad printing. Yeah, we've got what seems to be a factory-mounted 2001 on top. Is that? They don't call that a sight rail, they just call it thick, right? So you could maybe clamp something onto it, but I don't think it's actually meant to be a sight rail. Up front, all the way to the barrel, there's one. I would say you could pass that off as an 11mm plinking machine. God, these handguns are so fast. With long guns, you can go on talking forever. Then we have a sight, which is adjustable for both elevation and windage with little screws, 2001. And I would say that's all aluminum. There's no plastic sight or anything like that. It's made properly. Thank you very much, dear Weihrauch fans. And up front we have 1 gram, also nicely cut. Vertical, so not undercut, but cut vertically. That's good for a sight picture. And I was just messing around a bit with the good piece, and I have to say, everything fits. I think the wooden grip is great. I've put on my big orange hands now, so you can't really notice it that well, but I just had wood in my hand, and that's really nice. There's just one spot where I had a bit of trouble, namely when shooting at that point, it presses on my little finger, but I just had wood in my hand, and that's really nice. At one spot I had a bit of trouble, namely when shooting at that point, presses on my little finger. But that might have to do with the fact that the grip is a bit too small for my big hands, you know. So I'm basically pushing the other fingers up with my little finger. Well, that's just a bit of a luxury problem. Yeah, he's already grinning back there, and it's a critically sarcastic grin. All good. I think, in front of the critical eyes of the expert, I can just barely hear. So I would say, really? That's it with the description. Oh no, we need to open the thing up again before I... Yes. So, this is now trick number 17. I needed help figuring out how it works. I didn't get it. You press down on it, and then lift this good piece up, gently with 2 fingers. And there you go. Principle is known. An air pump with a weapon attached. We have a barrel here. which is probably made entirely of metal, and a transfer port that it's also made of metal. What am I even asking? Yeah, and then you shove a piece of lead in up here. And notice, it's cut on the side here. That means it's easier to access here than, for example, the AF. And I think, what else did I have? I think with the P, I was also fiddling around a bit until I got it right. It doesn't help to be wearing big orange gloves. Well, then I would say, let's try this out in practice now. For that, I'm putting on these exemplary high-tech safety glasses, which, as I just noticed, have extendable arms. That's very practical. Now comes the practical test of how I actually get a Diabolo in here. You have to somehow take it in your fingers and then somehow get it in up there. And it actually works a lot better than with the competitors. Hello, dear competitors. If you make copies of this, please make them good. Yeah, then let's fold it all together. It's being folded together. So, I've been yanking and tugging on another inertia here, and you actually have to wind the thing by hand, otherwise nothing happens. It's pretty funny. There's no co-capsule in there. No, for that you use ambient air, including all the toxins you have. Can you also see that I'm making a piff here? I hope I can make a piff from here. Buff. So, a pullback. A noticeably stronger advantage. Then there's a stop somewhere. Oh, that was nice. There's no backing off, no flinching. It just really takes off. And with very little force. There's a safety lever that I'm using right now because I'm looking at the controls from all sides. It works both ways, and I've accidentally managed to secure it by hand several times while shooting at the shooting screen. So, let's take a look at this hole down here. Yeah, adjustable trigger. You can see how a smile is creeping onto my face. That's nice. The previous owner, the current owner over there, can only smile faintly at my amazement because he obviously knows the thing. And probably already adjusted the trigger, and it's very nicely set. Good one. Right from the factory. Dear Weihrauch fans, you did a great job. You did a great job. Yeah, me. I'm starting to run out of flat ammunition. I can really only indulge in self-praise now. Oh, that's a real dad joke. I'm indulging in self-praise because I can't really think of much that could be improved. Everything is good with that. I need a bigger grip, okay, but Weihrauch can't do anything about that. I could take it off, then it might fit, but that's just too much hassle for me. It's better to get a larger grip mounted from HW. I could also take it off, then it might fit, but that's just too much hassle for me. It's better to get a larger grip mounted from HW. The safety is there as a lever on both sides. Yeah, so as I said, you have to get used to opening it like this. Oh yeah, right. You can see the copy here from the front on the monitor, right? So you see it that way. Yeah, he nods. He nods knowingly. He states that with a certain sense of self-evidence. Trigger weight test. Would it be worth doing a trigger weight test here? I almost think so, because this is a trigger that you can definitely talk about. I'm just going to shoot now. Or a Diabolo, because we're not dropping a spring here. Just these weird metal things. Then, let's load and unlock my weird case here. Weight measuring device. kg. He also measures individual grams, so it's not that bad. However, I probably have to hold the weapon steady, because it's a bit lighter than the average air rifle. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 grams. 800 nice for one. 700 grams, 800, 901 kilo. 1 per 1, 1 to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 34. Do I have something again? It helps a lot. I should write myself some notes at some point. When you unlock a weapon before testing the trigger weight, that's the kind of expertise that you build up over the years. Yeah, he's laughing over there again. Rightfully so. That's the worst part about it. What is he laughing at? Rightfully so. So 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 701. Oh, 100 and a little. That's good. Just Kredner. That's good. Wow, yeah. Peace. Of course, that costs money, right? But for good work, there has to be good money. Normally, I would pull out a piece of paper now and tell you what I paid for it. I didn't pay anything for it at all. That's the best part about this piece, that he paid for it. But unfortunately, they take it back right away instead of leaving it here. And then we have here, look, this is also quite important. So that's what I shot now. 11 shots in this case. The first shot is the one up here. We have to disregard that one. So basically 10 are left, 10 shots. Sitting supported at 10 meters with my old eyes using an open pistol sight. So, at that point I didn't know that he had set the weapon, being the pro that he is, to a resting mirror, and then this is what comes out. You see with these cards, right, I always use the high contrast ones for my poor old eyes, and they make quite a mess instead of punching nice clean holes. But that's awesome for a loopy. Well, that's where we start to get into a range. It makes you pay attention as a competitive shooter. And then we look at just lay it out here. Openly. That's good. From just now. Yeah, only 7 shots were measured from the ones I fired because, well, what should I make long series out of? 3.3 joules, 3.2, 3.3, 3.2, 3.2, 2.9, 3.2. 2.9. 3.2. I would say you can't go wrong saying 3.2 as an average with a minimal deviation. I know the average calculation here again in meters per second, not in joules. I have a high of 113, a low of 106, and an average of 111 meters per second. The spread of 7 meters per second, wow. But in terms of energy, well, the price has to come from somewhere. That's not bad at all. Now, as I said, I would have pulled out my sheet with the prices here, but I don't need that today. Are we done already? What do we have here? 12 minutes 24? So I think that just about works. Just watch, then I'll put the good piece. Here's some piece of metal. That's a little plastic bag. Oh, there's some kind of spare thing in there. Yeah, a seal and an Allen key. I don't think so. Yeah, that's right. Probably for the trigger and a value knot. The little wet bag is still there. Oh, that's why it went up so high when I put it back in with the handle. So, then we have the good piece properly stored away. Messing it up is, as I said, not my thing, so I can just toss it around like I usually do and later sell you the pieces individually. I even fold the plastic bags neatly. You can get one. I would be a tidy person. Of course that's not the case, but whatever. So, then I'll fold it up neatly again. Yeah. That's just how it is with HW weapons. You know, with incense. That's why they always go for a lot of money at E-Gang. You can't go wrong, no matter what you buy, as long as it says incense on it, except for the white stuff that's burned in church. You can't go wrong with that. That's hitting the nail on the head with us. Flat advertising slogan, but it does hit the mark. Yeah, great. Yeah, well, I'd say thank you today, not just to you guys who keep tuning in for completely incomprehensible reasons, but also to my noble part-time donors. And I wish you all the things you wish for me. The only downside to this thing is that I have to give it back to him. Apart from that. Great, says the man, who actually should have someone here today to turn off the camera, but is doing it himself for safety reasons. Besides, I have to stay in practice, stay in shape. Then I turn this knob and I'm out for today.